All right, so let's continue with a workshop, kind of like experimenting a little bit with Bodhicitta, heart mind of enlightenment, that is compassionate and expresses care towards all sentient beings, expresses care effortlessly and naturally. This is the heart mind we all have. This is the nature we all have. So we will do a couple of exercises that you're welcome to experiment on your own afterwards. And it will have some influences, very strong influences. Yesterday I briefly mentioned Tonglen practice, which is a classical Mahayana Buddhist meditation exercise. Tonglen is Tibetan word, and there is Sanskrit version of it, but I don't remember what it is. But it simply means taking in or receiving, taking in the suffering of beings and sending out blessings. So taking suffering, transforming it in our hearts and sending out pure blessings. Perhaps if you visualize, see it as bright light going to these same beings. So this is very basic exercise. It is often done with inhaling suffering, exhaling light, like that. Breathing movement. I remember Jetsun Ma Tenzin Palmo, who I've changed many messages with, saying that there was not one senior Lama she knew who didn't practice Tonglen, who didn't go back to Tonglen at a high age. So, and it is very significant because the whole Mahayana path, including the purification of meridians, relies on Bodhicitta. So it is very significant, this whole topic, but it can be exercised in different forms. Yesterday I mentioned, so Tonglen it's sutra practice, it's sutric. There is no tantric elements in it. And you can practice it with single person, taking the suffering of a single person and sending out light for that person. Can be a group of people, such as Sangha. Can be all human beings. You can visualize it or you can just feel it, who you're practicing it for. Can be all sentient beings, all life forms around you. Visualizing it, feeling it. And then there's Tantric Tonglen. I spoke about Machi Glabdron earlier, and Machi Glabdron is considered to be the founder of the so-called Chöd practice, which is tantric version and quite a bit more intense version of Tonglen. So the basic idea of that is that you sit down and you say basic prayers, meaning you prepare yourself. You stabilize your natural state, if it is not stable already. You might practice Guru Yoga or Deity Yoga, meaning that you visualize yourself as deity or a guru. You take the form of guru or a deity. And then you invite all kinds of beings to come and enjoy the blessings of that radiate from you as a deity or as a guru. But especially, and this is why it makes it more intense, because Chöd gives special attention to demons, hell beings, hungry ghosts. All that stuff that people normally think is very scary. And this is not imagined demons. We don't imagine demons. We invite actual demons. And it can be a terrifying thought. But the thing is that that's the cutter. That's the cutter. That's the diamond that cuts through our own, what is that, self-cherishing. You know, when we hold back, I don't want to do that. That's so, even the idea is so scary that I have nothing to do with it. I don't want to invite demons to eat me, because that's what you do. You can make it, when you visualize yourself as a guru or a deity, you can take a knife, cut your throat, cut your chest open, cut your veins open so that blood gushes forth, so that your flesh meat is hanging, and you invite these demons to eat your meat, eat your flesh, drink your blood. And they come, and they feast on you. Fuck, I don't want to do that. No, I don't want to even hear that. I'll have nightmares. Yes, that's the way of bringing the self, me, I up. Selfless, self-based. That's how it's done in Chud. You get terrified. It's genius. It's genius. It cuts right into your worst fears, worst nightmares. But here's the thing. Just like the idea in basic Tonglen, taking in the suffering of sentient beings. Oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to feel the suffering of all beings. I have my own. I don't wanna. I don't want the negativity. I will maybe go crazy. It will overwhelm me. It will screw me up. No. Exactly. But when you do that, the following happens. When you do in Tonglen or in Chöd, what happens is this. As the demons eat your flesh and drink your blood, as you take in the suffering of humanity who is completely lost and crazy, the suffering energy comes into your heart, you bring it into the center of your chest. There is a special center there. And actually that special feature, the basic state, is all over our subtle body. I've explained this many times that, the both subtle bodies, the one made of nadis and the one made of meridians, it has pure and impure parts. So in the gut, in the heart and in the head, there are these fist-sized areas, these special centers that always remain pure. And in basic instructions of Tonglen, the suffering of beings is brought in the form of black smoke or black dark color. Brought to this, it can be visualized as a big diamond, big shining diamond. And when that smoke goes in there, it automatically transforms into light. And it can be visualized going out as bright light. But it doesn't necessarily need to be visualized. So you just bring the energy to the center of your chest and it automatically transforms and automatically shoots out. It can be linked with the breath, inhaling, exhaling, or you just do it without the breath. Kind of let it happen naturally by itself. And that confused samsaric energy that you bring into you, it automatically gets transformed here. So when you get over the thought that it will damage me, it will make me go crazy, when you get over that concern that is based on self, and cherishing oneself, it is one's life changes. It makes you so soft because you become Buddha-like. You become like the Buddha who's already inside us. And the same thing when I have practiced chöd many times. In Tibetan chöd they have all kinds of ritual objects, like this is just a wooden stick I have from Japan, but they have this about this size thigh bone trumpet made of a human thigh bone, and then they blow it during the chöd practice. There's a deep esoteric meaning in that, because they use human bone as a trumpet because it goes directly to the lower realms because of the centers that are linked with thighs and legs. And other similar, quite, I don't know what's the word, gory, scary, bit nasty, use skull cups made of human skull. What else in chöd? Daggers, of course, bell, vajra, the vajra, made of steel and precious metals. I have vajra somewhere, but it's somewhere in the moving boxes still. But the Tibetan chöd contains such ritual objects, thigh bone trumpet, made of actual human bone. But the way how I practiced chöd and the way I was taught by Machika Labdron, because for a while I was thinking of teaching chöd, and we don't get skull cups made of human skull or thigh bones anywhere in the West. So I was asking Machik, how do if I teach this, how will I teach it? Because nobody can get thigh bone trumpets, and when you practice chöd you shouldn't use thigh bone trumpets made of wood, because it's a completely different thing. There are no subtle centers related to that piece of wood, so it's pointless to use it. It's just a kind of like a external thing to do without esoteric meaning. So I asked this from Machik, and she said that, laughing, that you can do all of this without these ritual items or without extensive prayers, which is how I always teach anyway. We don't read 5-page long prayers or 20 pages long prayers. Our prayers are very concise, very short. So that's how I practice chöd, and I've taught it few times. So I was gonna change my experiences about it. So you're working with real demons, real scary beings that people consider scary. And the thing is that you might be able to perceive them visually, or you might feel them. When you feel a demon or a hell being coming to you, it's like, for somebody who's familiar with the 2 modes and the second mode, self-based, it feels like there's this very thick, strong bundle of selfing, very selfish being near you. This extremely selfish being. But there is immense suffering in that. Immense suffering in that. So you have slit your throat open, your chest open, blood is gushing forth. Your veins are open, both sides. And you just tell this demon in the form of a guru or a deity. Or if you have established your own basic state, you just do the same. You visualize that your throat is open, your blood is pouring forth, and you open yourself. Eat me, because you're so hungry. Eat me. Please eat me. I'm your meal today. and they come and they bite their teeth into your neck, into your side, wherever. And the moment they do that, their energy changes. And they are liberated. It's beautiful to see. It's like I have seen so many times when people have their first bhumi openings or consecutive bhumi openings or 10th bhumi perfections. It's beautiful to see. It's a profound relief. And that's the thing. It's just a chud it's just a tantric form, tantric formula of going about bodhicitta and going about being a bodhisattva. So I wanted to give that little context to you. You're welcome to try the practices that I've described. You're welcome to try. If you're scared, if you get scared shitless and you're alone at home, don't worry, don't worry. The demons aren't after you. You are protected by the gurus and protected by the objects of refuge. There is element of protection there. But if you get scared shitless and you're alone at home, pay attention to your own mind. Pay attention to that sense of being scared, rather than be worried about demons. Because you have inside you demons. Hungry ghosts, fearful beings are already in our own mind. So that is always a priority. The priority is never, well, it is part of being bodhisattva, but the priority is for ourselves to establish our basic state completely. And that comes about through bodhicitta, through compassionate practices and compassionate actions. So the idea is not to go after demons and do some magic or some formulas or pin them over or something like this. No, Buddhists don't do that. Buddhists don't do it that way. Maybe I will